Hello and all, and thank you for joining this edition of our Ocrolus product webinar hosted by our customer success team. We are going to be hosting these product-focused webinars on a weekly basis for the rest of May and throughout the summer. And the focus on these various product webinars are going to be to make available to all of our clients some different products that we offer and options, and really be able to talk through them with all of you. So we'll be kicking off this first edition by diving into our updated analytics offering and our new Ocrolus dashboard, which is currently on our beta site. So moving to the, this is perfect. So we'll give you an introduction at the start to the customer success team, move on to Analytics 2.0, our new dashboard and cash flow overview, which we'll be talking about today, do a demo of the product as well so you all can see it live, talk about the current beta that it's in, and if you'd like to participate and utilizing it at a little early before it goes generally available, we'll let you know how you could do that as well. And lastly, have a Q&A session with the team. So moving on to the next slide, this is your Ocrolus customer success team. My name is Cameron. I'm a customer success associate here, and I'm joined by Erica Ramirez, a customer success manager. Erica, you want to say hi to the group? Erica's also sharing screen, so she might be muted. Okay, here we go.
You'll see my face shortly.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So moving into the next slide, we can just dive in. So this is the new Ocrolus analytics experience. So here we're highlighting the new version of our analytics and dashboard visuals that really helps to streamline decision-making and allow lenders like yourself to quickly measure a borrower's cash flow, financial health, assess credit risk, and really accelerate high-quality lending decisions. So these product improvements were built specifically with lenders in mind, and our updated and enhanced cash flow analytics really provide the most accurate data to help you evaluate credit risk and prevent any costly losses. So based on our experience at Ocrolus with hundreds of lenders and millions of loan applications, our transaction tagging and detailed data outputs have been refined and improved upon to provide a higher level of insight for you and your team to better understand a business's full financial story. So Analytics 2.0, in short, is helping you stay competitive as results are returned 10 times faster than before. It's easier to navigate the screen, and you're just getting this information a lot quicker. Also, it's helping you to have more accurate risk prediction. So there's some enhanced transaction tagging, which we'll speak about today, and a lot of abilities to customize the data just to add that additional ability to your end. And lastly, you really have access to this data in a very flexible way like never before. So any data updates are really streamlined and reflected across the dashboard, the API if you're using that, or in the analytical output as well. Moving to the next slide, we can see just an overview that compared to our legacy calculations, these enhanced Analytics 2.0 calculations have really been fine-tuned to more accurately reflect how lenders calculate these figures in today's environment. So this really ensures that you can make better decisions, reduce risk, and improve loan performance. As you can just see here, for example, both estimated revenue and debt are now much more thorough and are taking into factor different accounts and different parts of the calculation that we hadn't before. So it's just giving you much more insight into different calculations that we offer in our analytics. And then next, we will give you a demo of this dashboard. So Erica is going to jump in to the beta version of our dashboard and take it away from there.
Thank you for transitioning. Let me just set up my view here and we'll get started shortly.
I should say as well, we did mention Q&A at the end, but if you do have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat or speak up, and we can definitely help answer any questions that you have.
Awesome, thank you. Here we go. All righty. So let's get started with a quick demo here. Oh, of course it logs me out because we have security. Let's get started here. All right. So for today's demonstration of the Analytics 2.0, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the ability to view the different views of the analytics. So for today, you can see that now users will be able to benefit from a more intuitive and interactive way to view borrower information. In addition, we're going to be able to give you more analytics output and versions, whether it be a visual or actual Excel output. So for today, what you will learn is where to view summarized account information, where to view transaction details, and how to summarize or update account and transaction information. And lastly, how to download and export cash flow analytics. So how do we get started? We're going to go into the book view list. For this demo here, we have a quick example that I've already pre-populated. And as you can see here in the left side panel, the dashboard panel, you'll see the accounts and transactions view. We'll get started with the accounts view. So right off the bat, you'll be able to see that we have more visualization than ever before. When you compare it to what we currently have, it's pretty much either a transactions view or just one summary view, and it has a graph. But now we're doing it even better, where we can provide visualizations for different parts of information, and then we can take it into the transactions view. So the first section of the account summary you'll see here is the actual account summary information, and this provides key account and cash flow information. This is key information that helps lenders assess how reliable their cash flow may be, and you'll be able to identify information as type of account, beginning and ending balances, and then quickly assess any type of red flags, whether they be negative balances or NSFs. If we move on to the next graph here, we have a cash flow at a glance. So this contains aggregated metrics across all accounts within the book. This is key information that helps a lender understand a borrower's overall financial health. One helpful information here is that you can toggle it to look at it a daily, weekly, and monthly view. And you could also export it in an image view of the graph or the data that fills into the specific gap. Here you can do it in the CSV file. You can see different trends here within the statement periods, which is very helpful. Now we're going to move into the income versus the expense graph. Again, another visualization that provides borrower's cash flow by account. So you can see here whether it's income and it's revenue, or if it's an expense, which is spending. You could also here view it at a monthly, weekly, or daily. And then you could export it within an image or a CSV view. Now, if we look at the summary by transaction tag, this is a great view where you are able to see the different tags that were applied for the specific transactions. I'll go into the transaction tags further in the next view because it's definitely an advancement, but now you're able to see all the different tags for which the transactions were identified and categorized, which feeds into our algorithms. So you can either search for a specific flag, whether it be deposits and withdrawals, and it'll definitely show you a monthly view. You could see a weekly view or a daily view. Again, you can toggle here between all the different tags that are available. It's also available in an image or a data output. Now, again, the visualizations have been upgraded. You have more to view at a high level, but if you want to dig deeper into the transactions, we can do so. And you can go again here to the panel and click on transactions. Now you'll start to see the different views of the transactions versus what we currently have. And the transaction page allows users to dive deeper into all transactions in the book and their respective tags. All the transactions from the book are displayed on the page. The following columns are provided. You'll see the transaction description. You'll see all the transactions that are starred, depending on which would you start, so you can reference later. You can see the date of the transactions, ability to filter here. You can see the different accounts for which these transactions pertain to. Again, you can toggle here as well. The amount, here you have the ability to filter through different credit or debit amounts. And this one's a unique one as well. You can see whether these transactions were categorized as income or they were excluded from income. One thing to note here, previously we used to have a toggle that would include or exclude the widget. Now it's right next to the transaction. And if you see it grayed out, that means it was excluded. If you see it in blue, it was included, and you could easily toggle it and exclude it. Continuing on, here is another update on the transactions. We now, again, are able to see all the tags for which these transactions were categorized. So these tags are pretty much the tags that were generated by our proprietary enriched transactions algorithm. We have a great Oculus Analytics data dictionary that can give you a definition of all these different tags. So you can either filter through these different tags, and you can see how we categorize them. In addition, we now have the option to provide a comment on the specific transaction. So if you click on the transaction, and you double click on the comment section, you can add a comment. If you, again, want to dig deeper into the transaction, you can click on the transaction, and you'll be able to see where within the specific bank statement this was featured, and just see more account information and transaction details. It'll also allow you to see the different tags that were created there. You also have the ability to add a tag or remove a tag. And you also have the ability to manually include or exclude this transaction from income. As stated earlier, while you can do the filtering in the respective columns, you can do so here as well by a specific term. You can do by dates, and you could do by tax. Some feedback that we heard from our clients were, how do we update some of these transactions and do bulk updates for transactions? So if you wanted to include all these transactions into revenue income, you could do so in a bulk manner. You can click on all the respective transactions, and you can include or exclude. You can even add a tag. And you can remove a tag. So this is giving you the ability to manually make the adjustments here, but when you export it, it would reflect the changes versus what we had prior, where you were only able to make the adjustment for one specific transaction, and then it would reflect in the output. Now you have the ability to do bulk updates for transactions, which are very helpful when you're doing a deep dive on the transactions. Now, the next piece that I'm going to go into is how to export the data. We have two different ways to export the cash flow analytics. The first one is you click here on the right-hand side, and you can export lender analytics. It will be exported in a CSV file. And we also have the ability to export the bank statement income calculator, which is a income calculation for our mortgage lenders, which is featured here, bank statement income calculator. Again, all of these will be reflective in an Excel file. You can also do it in a just JSON format, or you could do a CSV format. And that pretty much concludes the Dashboard 2.0 analytics. We can definitely do a addition follow-up in terms of reviewing the Excel output, but also you can schedule a session with your account manager or customer support or the customer success team. Now I'll open it up to Q&A. Stop sharing here. Oops. Okay. All right.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that as well, Erica. And yeah, just before, if there are any questions, feel free to shout them out. But just to reiterate, those new features can be utilized right now in our beta website. If you'd like access to that or any further enablement or have any feedback to give, definitely reach out to the support team at oculus.com or your account contact or account manager, and we can help get that set up for you as well. But any questions on anything that we went over? All right. If not, that's all right too. We're always an email away. You can always reach us at support@oculus.com to plug that email again or your account contact. Like I said, we're going to start doing these webinars on a weekly basis. So keep an eye out for future invitations. We'll follow up with this recording as well as a lot of the documentation regarding this, the Analytics 2.0 and new website as well. Yeah, let us know if you have any questions. The support team's always here to help, as is your account manager. And thank you so much for joining us.